Boise State versus Santa Clara college basketball pick. This one here is on Thursday. Boise State enters play here at 10-2. Early home losses here to South Dakota State and to Charlotte. This one was on a neutral court. The loss to South Dakota State was at home. Defense, the Broncos' specialty, as they said, 12th in efficiency, holding teams at 26% from 3, 42% around the bucket, plus strong on the glass. Santa Clara 11-3 on the campaign. They have a 9-point win, 9-point home loss to San Jose State. They hit 36% from 3, but struggle shooting around the bucket at 48%. A strong defensive rebounding team that, and they allow 35% from 3. In their true road game, the Broncos shot only 30%, so the play here will be on Santa Clara plus the 2.5. Missouri versus Illinois college basketball pick here Thursday. Game will be played on a neutral court in St. Louis. Missouri 10-1 on the season with a 28-point home loss to Kansas, but they sit 347th in the nation in strength of schedule. And the team does lack size. A good shooting team that converts 36% from 3, 61% inside, but they struggle on the glass and with perimeter defense, give up over 37% from beyond the arc. Illinois 8-3, 0-2 in the Big Ten with road loss at Maryland by 5 and to Penn State at home by 15. Turnovers an issue for the Final Illini, but strong offensively on the glass and scoring inside with hit 57%. Strong defensive team that forces turnovers plus hold teams at 31% from 3, 42% around the bucket. Notable wins on a neutral court to UCLA and Texas. They pounded Syracuse at home. Tigers past 5 games allowing 51% shooting. Weak schedule, poor perimeter defense to concern. The player will be on Illinois at -6. Harvard versus Kansas college basketball pick here for action on Thursday. Harvard a mark of 8-4. They're 3-1 in their 4 true road games against D1 opponents. Crimson struggles with turnovers on offense and from 3 where they hit 24%. They make 56% around the bucket. Good defensive team allowing 28% from 3, 49% around the bucket. Kansas 10-1 on the year. They have a 14-point loss on a neutral court to Tennessee, but that was playing their 3rd game in 3 days. Jayhawks, they sit 11th in offensive efficiency behind 37% shooting from 3, and they make 54% inside. 9th in defensive efficiency as they force turnovers. They hold opponents at 29% from 3, 45% around the bucket. Harvard sits 322nd in the nation in D1 experience. And with their toughest opponent on their schedule, UC Irvine, high turnovers, poor 3-point shooting, the massive concern here, the play here will be Kansas at -21.5. Louisville versus NC State college basketball pick. This one here is on Thursday. Louisville 2-10 overall, 0-2 in the ACC. Losses in conference to Miami by 27 at home and to Florida State by 22 on the road. A sloppy high turnover team that hits 31% from 3, 44% around the bucket. Weak defensive team around the bucket as they allow 55% shooting inside. NC State 10-3, 0-2 in the ACC, losing by 8 at home to Pittsburgh and by 7 on the road to Miami. Wolfpack secures a basketball plus shoot 36% from 3 and 54% inside. Defensively, they hold opponents at 31% from 3, 49% inside. They have won 6 of 7 at home and shoot well, converting 48% and holding opponents to 42%. Tough to back this Louisville team, especially on the road. The play here, NC State at -17.5. Butler versus Creighton college basketball pick here on Thursday. Butler 0-4, 0-1 in the Big East, a 22-point home defeat to UConn. Offensive rebounding an issue for the Bulldogs. They do shoot well, hitting 36% from 3, 56% around the bucket. Teams limit opponents to 30% from 3 and 47% around the bucket. Creighton 6-6 and on a 6-game losing streak. They are 0-1 in the Big East with an 11-point loss at Marquette. Good news for the team is their big man Kalkbrenner expected to return from that illness. Blue Jays overall has a respectable number, sitting 39th in offensive efficiency, 32nd defensively. Strong shooting team around the bucket at 55%. They hold teams to 48% around the bucket. The Bulldogs past 5 games shooting 48% and allowing 41%. Kalkbrenner last played on December 4th. Remember, he's missed because of an illness, so he could need a game or maybe 2 under his belt to get back at full game shape. Player will be Butler at +8. George Washington versus Washington State college basketball pick here for Thursday. Now, this one's going to be played here in neutral court in Hawaii. Now, George Washington, they're a 6-4 team. On the road, they have losses at Radford here by 10. Hofstra by 5. They do sit 27th, though, in effective field goal shooting, 33% from 3, 60% inside. They make 77% at the free throw line. Defensively, they do allow 51% shooting inside. Now, Washington State, they are a 4-6 team. They drop 5 of 6 away from home. Cougars struggle with turnovers, but strong on the offensive glass and from 3, where they hit 38%. Defensively, they rebound plus limit opponents to 30%, but allow 50% shooting inside. Away from home, though, Colonials are shooting 51%, but defensively allowing 53%. Cougars away from home, just 43% shooting. Past 5 games, Washington State, though, allowing 47% shooting. But George Washington have played the 359th strength of schedule, which is near the bottom. But the Colonials are an experienced team. The Cougars rank 302nd in the nation in D1 experience here. So balancing this all out, it comes down to really defensive form, not the strongest right now for Washington State. The play here would be on George Washington at plus 10.5. Pepperdine versus Hawaii, college basketball pick here for Thursday. Pepperdine 6-5 this season. They've lost all 3 true road games. The Waves, a good three-point shooting team that hits 38%. Weak offensively on the glass and from 2, where they convert 48%. They don't force turnovers on defense, but limit opponents at 31% from 3, 45% around the bucket. Hawaii 6-4, but 3-2 at home. Losses on the home court to Yale and Texas A&M Commerce. Warriors, a poor shooting team that hits 32% from 3. They're 24th in the nation in effective field goal percentage, holding teams at 28% from 3, 45% around the bucket. Pepperdine away from home shooting only 38%. Past 5 games, Warriors shooting from form improving, though, at 46%. Waves have failed to cover 4 straight on the road. To play here, Hawaii minus 4.5.